Okay, OnePlus. Now, recently you would have seen this counterpoint survey. OnePlus registered its highest ever shipments in India in 2021, and it's not just India. In global sales, OnePlus registered a year-on-year growth of 257%. But if I go to YouTube and search OnePlus problems, you'll see tons of videos. Even all the previous OnePlus owners we have interacted with in the SNL, by the way, 9:30 p.m., they are moving away from OnePlus phones.
I'm using the OnePlus, and Android 11 now has been so buggy. The fingerprint scanner around fails like 60% of the time. Then I had to go to the service center. Then they said it was a bug of Android 11. You have to buy a new phone if you want some more features and more flexibility.
It's the first
Exactly.
time
Then
I've
why
heard
did you sell this? I really didn't expect the service from OnePlus.
So despite all these problems, how is OnePlus still selling record sales? And actually, why is OnePlus winning? Well, this is Prateek, you're already watching TechWiser, and this is TW Explains. Now, before we move into the whole debate of why OnePlus is winning, let's look at the two major problems OnePlus had in 2021. Number one, Nord 2 blast issues. Now, some people might call it quality issues, but a number of users initially reported Nord 2 blasting. Then there were some more complaints, and I think 6 to 7 blast news for the OnePlus Nord 2. And this news was covered not only by YouTube, but even mainstream news channel. This news was massive. Funny incident, few days ago, I suggested my sister to get Nord 2, and my cousin jokingly said, it blasts as well. That's a feature. And she dropped the idea of getting a Nord 2 just by that joke. And the second most popular reason of OnePlus going low was OnePlus integrates with Oppo. From research team to software to product, everything. And for people who don't know, Oppo was OnePlus's parent company, but OnePlus was independent. It had its own product lineup and software, although most of the phones had designs inspired by Oppo, like OnePlus 3 looked similar to Oppo R9 Plus, or OnePlus 5 looked exactly like the Oppo R11, or the latest OnePlus 9 inspired by Oppo Reno 6 Pro. But it had a different OS called Oxygen OS. However, when the team and R&D merged, and now it's named as Oxygen OS, but it is Color OS in the background. And this disappointed so many hardcore OnePlus fans like me, and we were like, RIP Oxygen OS. But then, how come the sales numbers are so good? Or like I said in the starting of the video, why OnePlus is winning? Well, there are three specific reasons for it. Number one, OnePlus Nord series. In 2021, OnePlus increased their number of phone launches. You had OnePlus Nord 2 and the cheapest OnePlus phone, OnePlus Nord CE. Now, if you look, OnePlus is the best-selling brand at 30,000 to 45,000. So OnePlus flagship phones like OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9R aren't the best sellers in India. It is the OnePlus Nord series. So one major reason for OnePlus sales to boost is the newly launched OnePlus Nord CE, OnePlus Nord 2. So more number of launches and cheaper phones lead to more sales for OnePlus. Number two, the whole smartphone market is growing. Like here, see this title? The Indian smartphone market has increased by 27% in 2021. And if you look at this graph, this is the smartphone sales for brands in 2020. And now this is the smartphone sales in 2021. You see, except Samsung, every company has grown. But don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any credit away from OnePlus. It still grew way faster than other brands. Now, the third reason why OnePlus is winning is their marketing shift from being an enthusiast brand to mainstream brand. So while enthusiasts are not buying OnePlus phones, a lot of mainstream public are buying, which are usually way larger in number compared to enthusiasts. Like personal example, now when I travel to Delhi airport or Mumbai, I see as many OnePlus phones and advertisements as I see Samsung and Apple. The point being, OnePlus is now perceived as a premium brand by people. And when its affordable series like the Nord series dropped, people bought it alone for the brand value. Like my uncle, whom I talked about in this video, he bought a Nord 2 from the Chroma store and switched from an iPhone. He found OnePlus to have the same brand value as Apple iPhones, and now he can actually feel and touch OnePlus phones in the Chroma store. And it's not that everything is wrong with OnePlus. OnePlus lacks in the software part, so OnePlus recently announced Oxygen OS 13, which is based on Android 13. And this is so good, like Android 13 developer version has just released. We posted a video over here. And OnePlus announced the same Oxygen OS 13 event for February 28 at 7:30 p.m. That's fast. and they let people join in Oxygen OS 13 and try Android 13. They'll take user feedback and improve their Oxygen OS. That's great and it makes me hopeful. And now for people who are disappointed with OnePlus, and a large chunk of them, which smartphone brand do you think will replace OnePlus? Which is your go-to phone brand when you recommend a phone to your relatives and family, and why? I'll read all the comments for the next 2 hours and I will try to reply to each of them. It's really interesting for me to know as well. On that note, this is Pradeep signing off. See you pretty soon.